As creatives, we need to develop a sense of discipline and consistency to be of a reputable and reliable character to clients. We know that we are creatives and we have the freedom to fly and do as we please, but there is a need for a code of conduct that makes us professionals. Discipline helps us in several things. Number one, beat deadlines, which leads to satisfied clients. Number two, balance business and personal life. Assume that you have a spouse and children. These people need you back at home. You cannot be working all day, all week, all year. If you're a single person, you need time for your friends and your family. Also, you need time to search. So time also for yourself to learn, read, study, and have fun, and even rest. The final point is that you need to be productive with the little time that you have. So in this episode, we are going to talk about deliberate actions with examples that will help you develop discipline and consistency until it's part of you. And it does not have to be discipline of work stuff alone. No, even of things like watching TV or movie series. If you have not subscribed to our podcast or our channel, whichever you're listening to, you're missing on a lot. And here there is a subscribe button below the red subscribe button. So just click on it, press on it, and you'll be part of our great community. So thank you for your support. For those who are subscribed, you have not, be part of that same support that is supporting us. And if you have done so, let us start. Number one, you need to categorize your work. The reason why I start with this is because sometimes, and many of the times, we focus on things that have little or no effect on us or on our businesses. And we think that we are very, very productive. Productivity is not about beating time like a splint. Not at all. It's about having work done. Examples of tasks are cleaning your email feed, replying to emails, designing catalogs, posting on social media, retouching, editing, watching a course, shooting your personal time or shooting in your personal time. The question is, which do you do and which do you leave to remain productive? Now, I learned how to categorize work so that I can have a bird's eye view of what I need to do now, what I need to delegate, and what I need to not do. You need to divide your task into 4 categories. Number 1 category is urgent and important. Number 2 category is urgent and not important. The 3rd category is not urgent but important. And the 4th category is not urgent and not important. So create a quadrant and let each quadrant represent each of the categories. List down all your daily and weekly tasks, all of them, even what is personal or business. Once you have done that, categorize all your tasks into the 4 categories. And by the way, do this genuinely, because it does not help me, it helps you, or even does not help your neighbor, it helps you. So to be frank, why should you be doing tasks that are not urgent and not important? They will just be a waste of your time and energy, and they will not bring any income or result to you. So the first thing in the list is to stop those activities that are not urgent and not important. Other tasks you should get rid of are tasks that are not important but they are urgent. They are just your own lust, but they don't add any value to you as a business person. So make sure you get rid of things that are in those 2 categories. Always categorize your tasks into these 4 categories. Start with the urgent and important, then follow with the important and not urgent. Once you have categorized your work, then you can go to the next step. Is you need to develop goals, and most importantly, modest goals. I have used the word modest because I don't want you to add pressure on yourself so much. For goals to work, you must have them being realistic. We all know of the SMART acronym. The specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let me give you an example. I have put my goals in months, then I break them down into weeks, then days. If my goal is to watch a course in 1 month and the course is 54 hours, I will have to watch the course 14 hours a week. That is 2 hours a day. So what I do is I allocate 2 hours a day to watch the course, and in 1 month I'll have completed it, and it's that simple. Another example is work-related jobs. For example, a wedding. If I have 4 weeks to deliver a client pictures and a wedding film, so I make sure that I have weekly goals and daily goals. When I do that, I don't have to spend all the day on the wedding edit. So I just allocate time and I say I need to work on the wedding 3 hours every day from Monday to Friday. And on the third week, I'll have the film and the pictures ready for delivery. That is how you meet deadlines for your clients using setting goals. So set the goals, then have objectives and have milestones that give you confidence of progress. Start setting goals now. The next point is swallow the frog. Start with the hardest things. Once you have started getting your goals right, start with the hardest things. Those things that you are trying to avoid and that you dislike, those are the ones that you start first with. This is so that you can have a day breeze. Your day will get easier as it gets older and also as you get tired. Listening to Brian Tracy, a great entrepreneur and trainer, he says, start by swallowing the frog. You will swallow it either way. So this is a metaphor he uses trying to explain why you need to start with the hardest work. Either way, you will have to do it at the end of the day. The frog is that work that you dislike, that disgusting work, that which you do not want to do. Anyway, you will have to do it by the end of the day because it's part of your task. Why then don't you start by doing it and get over it with? So for example, I hate editing both pictures and videos. If I have to edit a bunch of pictures for like 2 hours, then I'll start with them in the morning and then I will have an easier day doing more interesting things that I like doing. This is the analogy of swallowing the frog first. And I found that it helps in giving you some psych and momentum, knowing that the hardest task is way gone. I did it in the morning. It makes going through the other tasks a breeze. Try it and you will thank me later. The next point is you need to have a routine. So we are habitual beings and some of us need to get in the zone to be fruitful. Unajua the zone, yeah. The reason I suggest a routine is because you don't want to take time thinking of what to do each and every day, each and every time. It will make you lazy and sometimes slow. Simple routines like a constant time for waking up, working out. I do not, but I will start doing that. What time you eat, when you take a break, etc. I allocate time for reading the Bible and like a book. Then I work all day starting with emails, then do client work and meetings. In the evening, I watch a course and some YouTube videos, prepare for the next day, and that's it. That is a simple routine. Have a routine because it saves time and keeps you in the zone. I suggest having freedom on how you work during the day, but it is physiologically healthy or psychologically healthy to have a routine. The routine may change depending on the season, but as long as you have one, it really helps. The next point is you need to get accountability. When I was in high school, the principal always said, freedom without responsibility is dangerous. And now I know it's true. The reason why many business people are failing in business is because they do not have sober oversight. It becomes even more difficult for us to be creative because we do not have oversight. In business, there is what we call corporate governance, where a company has a board of directors that develops policies and supervises their implementation. It makes sure that the business, the CEO and everybody in the organization is working towards the goal of the organization. Now, I am not telling you to go and look for a board of directors. Absolutely not. Just have people, either fellow creatives or successful businesses, or people who will call you to accountability when need be to make sure that you are on the right track. At Photo Launchers, we are offering an opportunity to be part of a community of like-minded people whom you can be accountable to and they can be accountable to you. So to join this group is totally free of charge. All you need to do is visit photolaunchers.com/pro group or click the link in the description below so that you can join this exciting group. Make sure that you have people whom you are accountable to because you will fall less when you have accountability business people. So Photo Launchers is offering you such an opportunity. Join the group and you will not regret it. Thank you for listening to this content. Still asking you to subscribe, like, share so that you cannot miss out on anything. Also, let us grow this community in the pro group for exclusive content and accountability. And until next time, make sure that you learn, practice, and create. I have been your host, Njoroge Jonathan N. Peace. Hi there. Thank you for listening and watching our content. But before you continue or leave, we have an announcement, or rather, something to ask of you. Did you know that we have a podcast? Yes, we do. In fact, we have had it for a while. We have longer and more in-depth conversation going in the podcast, and it's very easy for you to listen while walking, driving, or working on your computer, everywhere and anywhere, anytime. The content we have on the podcast is about business, strategy, and marketing to grow your business to the next level. Our aim is to help you make a living doing what you love. If you want to be part of the success stories from our podcast, join and listen to our podcast by visiting www.photolaunchers.com/podcast or click the link in the description below to go directly to our podcast. Thank you for your time. Hope to hear you in the pod.